Sorry about that. Hey guys, I believe I'm live now, and it will just take me a minute to confirm. Gonna do a quick refresh, and alright, so we are live. It's been a while, and as you can see here, the new Astrius is out already. Let's see over here. How's everyone doing? Sorry, I think I started like a minute late because I was doing a bit of an audio test right before I started the stream. How is the audio balance, you guys? I can actually barely hear myself speak. But from testing the audio balance earlier, it seems like this is like right about the correct balance. Let me just get my daily purchase bonus. As you can see here, the JP version's daily purchase bonus is a little bit different from global. Hey Vinju, thanks for dropping by. Randall Willis, Isaac, Luciano, hey bro, you're here. Dozo says very good greetings from Amsterdam. What time is it in Amsterdam right now? Let's see, so, whoa, take a look at this. 300 paid viz for 120 shards of any of the units here, including this guy. This is pretty good. Gonna buy this in a jiffy. But for now, I'm actually looking for the Astrius ticket first. I believe this is it. Let's check out some of the other goodies. Luciano says, may you pull L Astrius on step 3. Thanks so much for your well wishes. Is that what we're going to be calling the new Astrius? L Astrius? Lightning Astrius, right? That's what the L stands for. I'm gonna buy this for sure, even if I don't get Astrius. Always good to get the shards in advance. And I think some of you guys already know about this, but recently, I think as soon as 2 weeks ago, when Gurn's pack was out, they've changed the way that you receive free shards. So it's no longer guild summons, instead they just give out 80 shards of the character right on day 1. Vinju says, I thought the new Mont version... Vinju said that, well, yeah, it's not, I can see why you might be confused, you know, why the new Astrius might look a little bit like a Mont clone, but yeah, it's just Astrius. But hey, the design is pretty good, so no complaints there. Hey bro, thanks for the well wishes. I will definitely need all the luck I can get, especially since I'm actually not too sure if I really want to pull for Astrius for sure, because the thing is, let me just buy this ticket first. The thing is, I'm actually pretty light on Visor, as you can see here, and so you can see here I have 2,000 or so paid viz and 30,000 free viz, so I can't even really fully pity Astrius. I mean, I still have a bunch of story chapters that I didn't go through, so if I clear them all, I will definitely have enough to pity. But with that said, definitely my visual situation is looking really light. And the thing is with JP, right, you know, unlike in Global, when you buy visual in JP, you don't get the extra bonus. You only get like 900 free viz with 5,000 paid viz. And we gotta wait, for JP, we gotta wait until the anniversary before they bring those discounted packs back. Alright, so we're gonna, enough jibber jabber, I guess. Let's just head into it. And before I pull, let's just take a look at the TMR. Most important thing. Okay, so it has 3 agility, as well as pretty good defense and spirit. 36 attack, 285 HP, and the skill is a 2-cast skill. Okay, this is pretty pretty interesting, I guess. It's like, it has some elements of the old Astrius TMR. So as you can see here, it's an AoE buff, right? And then everyone, all the allies in this area of effect will get their Brave increase, as well as, whoa, am I reading that right? AP recovery for, it's not it's not the Bell's effect, but all of them, everyone, all allies in this field, on top of getting Brave, they will also get AP, a little bit of AP regeneration. But it's not 3 turn, it's only a one-time AP top-up. And they also get 3 turn / attack up and immobilize and berserk nullify. So this is going to be quite good, I think. Elias TMR nullifies a few things, right? Berserk and a few other things. But I think after, you know, this, after the new Astrius is out in Global, I think most people are going to be using this TMR for Berserk Nullify. And the thing is, if you look at the range, right, it's a, it's not around the caster, but rather you have like a targeting range of 2, which means that it's kind of like Leela the Bowl's TMR in that you can actually, you know, be quite a bit further away from the rest of the party and use this to buff all of them all at once. So it's a pretty good TMR. It's not a absolutely essential one, but it's definitely up there, I think. Especially since it has 3 agility as well. Dozo says, wow, JP gets conned hard on the V-Specs. Yeah, I know, right? Like, even when I wanna buy paid Viz, it's like I gotta think about if I really wanna just, you know, take the loss, right? Because if you're gonna buy Viz, it's definitely better to just wait until the anniversary. Wait, what did I just do? Oh, okay, this is just guild summons. I thought I accidentally summoned on the banner. Oh jeez. This is why it's not good to click on buttons to pull on stuff while you're having a conversation. Anyways, yeah, like I was saying, before we actually do the pulls, let's just take a quick look and see if the companion unit is out. Usually I think it takes about an hour before they update. Yep, seems like he's definitely not here yet. For some reason, for the midnight releases, the companion units usually take a bit of time before they come out. So I'm just gonna do my 300 ticket pull first, and then what I have here is I have a separate account loaded up. Let's see here. Oh, wait a minute, this is the wrong window. Just one moment. Oops, I think I accidentally clicked on the wrong window, so I need to resize something in OBS first real quick. Blah blah blah, let's see here. Okay, so I have WOTV Calc loaded up just in case for some reason they update real fast. And then I have over here as well another instance of BlueStacks open. So this is what we're gonna do if I don't get Astrius in the first 10 pull using the ticket. This is like a spare account, right? So I'm just gonna use all of this visual here to try and see if I get the unit so that we can take a look at the, you know, the ability notes board on new Astrius. And basically after that, I'm basically gonna throw away this account because I don't really have anything on this account, and it's actually better for me to just start a fresh new account for doing multis and stuff. So yeah, gonna shut down an account here today. But before we get into that, gonna start doing a single pull. Where is, okay, so here we go. This is the moment of truth. So in the past, I think we've had a couple of times where I was actually able to get the units on the 10 pull ticket, but it looks like this is not going to be one of those instances. The one that you guys saw was when I pulled Sephiroth on the first 10 pull ticket, but I actually also got Lena from the FF5 collab off the 10 pull ticket as well. And I think there's like 1 or 2 other instances that I don't remember. Let me turn off my notifications so that the sound doesn't come up. Okay, let's click through this real quick. There we go, nothing good. Just the strongest paladin here to greet us. And now we're going to switch right into my alternate account. JJ Real says, does JP always get DLC updates at 12 midnight Sunday? Only for the start of the month update. They only do the midnight releases on the last day of the month or the first day of the month. Meaning, if it's a mid-month character release, then those will come out in the afternoon. So only for the first of each month, the unit comes out at midnight, and then for every other update, it's always, I believe, 3 PM JST. And, you know, ever since they announced the worldwide version, I've been wondering what they're gonna do with regards to that for global, because global right now is always midnight release, right? But I wonder if now that it's handled by the JP team, now that, you know, it's all the same team handling all of these releases, whether or not we will actually get like different timing shifts for global version release. Most likely, I think they'll just probably stick to midnight releases for global version, just because midnight, as far as global version is concerned, is actually something like 5 PM Japan time. So, you know, it's not like they have to bend over backwards to give us a midnight release on global version. Now, where is the banner? And by the way, later on we're gonna do this summon as well, see if I get lucky to get anything good. But as you can see here, JP banners have been really generous. This is part of the worldwide version campaign, by the way. This is a 3-step banner that, if you add everything up, it's 1,360 paid vis, and then you get to select and receive 560 mind spears of any unit that you want, including soul. So I'm gonna do that just to get a bunch of mind spears to reincarnate. I think I'm at like 40-ish reincarnations. So with today's update, I think I can almost max him, probably, because there's also the 120 shard ticket thing that I bought earlier from the shop. Okay, so this is the one. The this time the festival banner for the Crystal Warriors is kind of a little bit different. It's a 4-step now instead of 3-step. And let me just change up my audio source. I forgot to switch that. Let's see here. Turn this up real quick. So, as much as I would like to go straight into pulling for the character on my main account, the problem is that, you know, recently they've been releasing a lot of really good units back to back, right, at the start of the month. And I have to wonder if some of these characters are traps, because as you can see with Squall, unfortunately Squall is an interesting character with an interesting kit, but it's not exactly what we need in the current meta environment, right? So because of that, even though the preview for Astrius have been pretty good so far, I do really want to see the rest of the kit before I commit to pulling for him, especially since, you know, with my current visual situation, if I go all the way for Astrius now, I'm basically going to be left with nothing for the 4th anniversary, which is coming in a month and a half. So that's why I have to be extra cautious right now. Vinju says 1 pool energy. Let's go! Oh crap, it's a vision card. Vinju says, I have 260,000 and not pulling for Squall. What? Why? How do you save up so much visual? Tell us your secrets, Vinju. Noxon says, Squall is a disappointment. Yeah, unfortunately, I guess, you know, that's pretty much the conclusion now. But with that said, I did actually record some footage for Squall in JP to demonstrate one point that will be quite relevant, especially for the current Limited Guild Battle, which was actually... So the map that we have for Limited Guild Battle right now in Global was actually the Guild Battle map for September in JP. Which means a few hours ago I was playing on that exact same map, but in regular Guild Battle for JP. And with that map, at the beginning, before Soul came out, we did see Squall getting used by, you know, some people, and it was actually pretty good for certain situations. So I recorded some footage to hopefully try and you know, explain some things about Squall. I feel like, you know, he definitely has potential, and that the problem now is that, you know, it's just like with Joker in the past, or even with Fairies, like sometimes you, like sometimes the kit doesn't quite make sense in the current play environment, but once more things are released and, you know, you have certain things that you can pair with Squall, maybe you can use him in some ways that is, you know, unique to him, that is good for the meta. And basically the team that I'm gonna showcase for Squall, right, it's a very interesting take, because the way that the guy built the team, he's basically running Squall like a tank, but as you know, Squall has no hate generation, right? So he doesn't use bow tie, he doesn't use like hate up vision card or anything like that, but there's certain things that he did to essentially make Squall function as a tank. So you can actually, you know, use him, you know, in an interesting way, and it does actually work really well against certain teams in the meta. It's just that after Soul came out, I'll share more in that video, but basically, you know, it'll demonstrate why Squall is pretty much not played at all in JP. There's still a few people using Squall on offense in Guild Battle in JP, but obviously, you know, with so many souls running around in JP Top Guild Battle, it's really difficult to make good use of him. Luciano says, let's see here. Ibarra VC and Aster VC make Squall more useful in Global because they give him that extra push. But compared to Alaya, there is no contest. Yeah, you're absolutely right on that. And yeah, one thing to note also is that with Global Vision cards, we do get all these additional effects and stuff, and sometimes it actually makes a way bigger difference. Like for example, right now, actually, do you guys realize that Alaya is even stronger? Wait, is that correct? Actually, never mind, I may have spoken out of tune. But I have noticed, like especially because this week is Limited Arena week, I've noticed some things through playing Limited Arena in Global that I didn't actually realize, you know, earlier in JP. And it has made me change my assessment of certain things as well. So yeah, definitely it's like sometimes because I'm playing a lot of, you know, JP, I'm competing a lot in JP Guild Battle to the point that most of the time I remember the effects of vision cards based on the JP version. So when it comes time for the global version, I sometimes forget that the additional effects actually change things in ways that I don't expect until I see the damage happen and I realize, oh hey, I actually didn't take into consideration the additional effects. Hey bro asks, how is Reno doing? Well, Reno is pretty much you know, like one of the main tools in the Earth toolkit, I guess. Like right now, I think Reno is still being used a lot, but the problem now is, you know, everyone is trying to figure out, you know, how to win in the soul meta. It's basically like a multiverse war where everybody is like, you know, taking a soul team and fighting against other soul teams. It's like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Everybody out there who's serious, who's in a top guild, is like running, you know, soul teams, and as a result, we are basically evaluating everything based around soul right now, and it's quite interesting. It's quite fun. There's a lot of innovation being had throughout the whole of the past month, when, you know, all of the different guilds just come up with different kinds of soul teams that one up each other, and it has led to a lot of interesting meta development, to the point that so you guys know, like, right now, win team in global is not being run a lot, right? Mostly because one of the big hallmarks of a good win team is, you know, using suddenly and giving, you know, re-raise to one other unit and suddenly. But that effect is pretty much nullified because Alaya can simply take away that re-raise, right? So we all know that win right now is not in a very good spot in global, right? But in JP, the interesting thing is win is making a resurgence because there's so much, there's so many people playing soul that Alaya becomes weaker, and as a result, suddenly the win teams are making a resurgence again. It's viable to actually run win again now, just because everybody is focused on on running the best soul teams out there, and a lot of these best soul teams do not actually run Alaya. Thunder Mage says, I've been saying that I suspect Squall will function better in a triple DPS team. I've been saying analysts see a lot of play in top 20 JP since she not only synergizes with Alaya, Soul, and Summer Glassala, but also counter Soul. Right, yeah, you're exactly right on that. Analyst is basically one of the main go-to partners for Soul right now, mostly because, you know, everything is in the same weapon group, right? Analyst and Soul, they're both the same weapon type, so you don't have to worry about VC coverage. And also, obviously, Analyst being a water mage is going to be able to give you a good chance against the enemy Soul, so that's another factor in it. And the really interesting thing is, once that variation of the Soul teams come out to play, people started making other variations. I think I want to cover this in a video sometime, because there's like so many things I can like go into, and I don't know how much of it will transfer over to the global side of things, because like I said, you know, with all the additional VC effects, sometimes some other variations will be better, but I'm willing to bet that a lot of the teams that we're seeing in JP now will probably be used a lot in global next month, when or rather later this month, actually, when Soul is out. So because we just rotated the guild battle map, I can actually just show you guys like all of the you know, my offense team that I've been running in JP so far. Like, the way I talk about it, it almost seemed like, you know, I was running a lot of different things, but actually no, I've been, like, the Amethyst and Soul combo is so good, I've mostly been running that, with some tweaks to, you know, tag against different teams, different types of, you know, defense teams that I need to be concerned with. But for the most part, I mean, there's a lot of variations of the Soul team out there, and the two teams that I ran the most is Soul and Amethyst, and then the other one is like a pure Fire Soul team. So I can show you guys my build for that, because we've just rotated, and so we need to, you know, start the process of building all the teams from scratch again for the new map. Excuse me. Let me just collect all these visual and see if I can have another goal. I guess if we don't get Astrius here, then I guess we will have to check if Wiki has the information, and then we can go through his kit that way. This is better, right? Hey bro says, gonna muck against a Squall team if there is one. Are you talking about, you mean in JP version, or what are you talking about, like in global? Isaac KTS says, you can say he is so good. I see what you just did there. Yeah. I don't think I'm anywhere near close to PD, right? Because I was actually, like, prior to the start of the stream, oh yeah, 700 more. So yeah, we can't PD him. I was actually, for about, I think 2 weeks or so, I've been actually doing a bunch of other stuff. And I haven't really been spending that much time with World Divisions, JP, and Global. Basically, I just like do like the bare minimum, you know, that I have to do every single day. And what happened as a result is that I, so FF8 collab in JP just, you know, was finished just like 1 hour ago. So up until that last hour, I was still grinding all my recipes and stuff, because in JP you can't skip weapon quests. Let me change back the audio. Wow. Vinchu said, is Squall there yet? What are you talking about? What do you mean, is Squall there yet? Let me just take a moment to switch. Does anyone know if WOTV Calc has updated already? I don't think so, right? They usually take quite a bit of time for the JP updates. Dozo says, is Gernsback no good counter for Soul? No, Gernsback is a great counter for Soul. The problem is that he only counters Soul and not much else. So there's no... It's not a very good reason to run Gernsback if you're just focused on countering Soul, right? Because you might as well just run a regular water team, which will more or less do good enough against Soul teams as well as other stuff out there. So I guess the problem is that, yeah, Gernsback is good against Soul, but it's also weak against a lot of other teams. Tundra Mage says, have you checked the companion for Astrius kit? I checked it a little earlier and he wasn't out yet, but let's go back into the story quest and see if he's out. He usually doesn't, companion units, new companion units at midnight usually take quite a bit of time before they come out, which is the really unfortunate thing. So I think I might just take a look at Twitter and see if anyone has like more information on Soul right now. Bit of a bug here. But yeah, so as I was saying, I can just show you guys my offense team now since we've rotated maps. So this is what I was using for most of the time. So this variation here, so I don't have Dark Siren. If you have Dark Siren, she's probably the best Esper for Soul. Especially if you know that you may run into the possibility of fighting against Evade. Because you might not know this, but actually this build is the accuracy version of the team. Because usually if it's not the... if I know that the guild that we are playing against will probably not use an Evade team, I will actually shift the... what's his name? I'll actually shift this VC over here and then change this to... I think I did it like this. And then I put the Master Code VC here for more single target resist. Yeah, I'll run something like that. Oh, and I'll change this Asper to this guy here, Bahamut. And this is, by the way, this is not the most optimum set of VCs. Obviously, there's a new vision card that came out, I think, about 2 or 3 weeks ago. that is basically perfect for this team because it has agility up and some other stuff I don't remember, and basically you will use that here and then you will take out, okay, I forgot what you're supposed to take out, but basically if you have that VC then you know it's different here, but because I don't have that one and I don't want to spend the 10,000 free vis on you know that one single VC, I just go with this, and it's not as good as the other version, but it's like 95% of the way there. And yeah, for this map, the LGB map, right, a lot of times if you use this thing here, what is it called? I don't even remember. Tourmaline ring, right? If you use this, you can get them to group up together and you can do a lot of really interesting stuff. Doesn't just apply to this team, but also a lot of other teams. And that's how we've been playing on that map for the most part last month. Godslayer says, I'm here late, but here, don't worry, you didn't miss anything because the companion unit for Astrius is not out yet. And the thing is, because I'm pretty low on this, I kind of want to see how good the new unit is first before I take the plunge and pull for Lightning Astrius. So we're kind of in a bit of a wait and see situation. Oh, there he is. Right on the dot, just as I was talking about him. Okay, so first of all, we take a look at the sword. This is the new Astrius sword. 15/attack up, and then all these limited effects applies to Ruinstern, to Densetsu no Gado. I think this is Oren, and then this is Cloud, FF7 Cloud. This is June. I believe this is Bart's. I'm not too sure. Who is the Empire's Elite? I don't actually remember. And then one more. This is a new Astrius. This is his job class. And for those characters I mentioned, they will also get slash resistance penetration up 20, as well as Man-Eater up when using physical attacks 10. So overall, a pretty decent sword, but doesn't seem overpowered. I guess we'll have to see how much slash resist penetration we can get in total. Oh, heal! Okay, so heal is the Empire's Elite. Alright. Thanks for clarifying that. Yeah, I forgot heal was a character. Alright, so looking at the sword, as you can see here, 211 attack. That's pretty insane for a +5 weapon. Yeah, but I think it's I think there's probably like a better weapon you can use for Astrius, right? I'm not too sure about that. Anyway, let's go and take a look at his passives first, I guess. So these are the ones exclusive to his job. The first one gives you attack and defense penetration up, as well as, whoa! At the start of battle, gain a physical barrier that can reduce damage. That can reduce physical damage for 3 hits. So this one passive alone gives him ATK up, defense penetration up, as well as the effect at the start of battle, gain a 3-hit physical barrier. And then the second exclusive passive, this is... Is this a new word phrasing? Okay, so I think this is a move. Because at first I see this, I'm like, wait a minute. Have they ever used this turn before? But I think this is supposed to be a move. But basically it gives you the activation rate of these two things will be increased. So we're gonna take a look at that in just a bit. Oh, there we go. This is the counter. Okay, that's interesting. So this is a preemptive. The reaction ability is a preemptive counter attack. Range 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But the thing is, it only works against slash and strike. Slash and fist attacks. Yeah, slash and strike attacks. So whenever you are about to get hit, whenever the new Astrius is about to get hit by a slash or strike attack, there is a chance that you will do a preemptive counter attack against them. So the passive here will increase the chance of this reaction ability, and it also increases the activation rate of one more move, Crystal's Protection, which is, I have no idea what that is. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, so I don't know what that second part is. It seems to be a different move altogether, so maybe it's a different reaction ability. So I'll have to double check on that later on, Chris. Yeah. But basically, the second passive, the second green passive exclusive to his unique job, increases the reaction ability activation rate. So we've gone through the passives, we've gone through the reaction ability. Next up, let's go through, I guess we'll start with Limit Burst. Most of you, I think, might have already known about this, but basically his Limit Burst is something that gives you a 3-turn follow-up attack, as well as, let's see here, I think, as well as the move will also break physical barrier, and then it does damage L, and it also has a chance to cause poison. So pretty straightforward. There's a lot of things stacked into a single Limit Burst, but it's pretty straightforward. Basically, just imagine the normal Astrius Limit Burst, but with added poison and with, you know, physical barrier break. Master ability, I think this was in the notices, but I didn't read it. So he gets the standard lightning stuff to all lightning allies HP, max HP plus 10%, lightning ability plus 15, and then for himself he gets slash resistance penetration plus 20, as well as obtain AP plus 30%. And now the moment you guys have been waiting for, the main job skills. So first of all, the cross break move, which is, in JP at least, it's called Barrier Break Sword. And this is a AoE attack that will break both physical and magic barriers. So it'll break any kind of barrier. It will break all barriers on the enemies, and then afterwards it will do damage L, and then 3-turn healing ability down. So no change from the preview, it's exactly the same. Next up we have, this is a hit 2 single target move. Range 1, 2, 3. So you can select 2 targets to hit, and to each of those targets you will do 2 hits of damage M, and this move will do more damage if the higher, or rather the lower your HP on Astrius is, the higher the amount of damage this move will do. So basically there's a damage up effect, and this damage up effect is dependent on how much remaining HP Astrius have. So the more, or rather the fewer HP Astrius have, the more damage, the more powered up the 2 hits on the 2 targets will be. Pretty interesting move, but I don't know if this is good enough. And the thing is, I really hate moves that can change damage in these kinds of manners, because it makes it really hard to predict if the AI will use this move or if it will prioritize some other move that it's supposed to do. I guess they want to make it, you know, like in a situation where normally the AI will not use this move and it will use something else, and then when Astrius is being hit a lot and when he's really low on HP, then suddenly this move will do way more damage and suddenly this move becomes prioritized. So maybe that is the concept behind this move, but I'm not a fan of it right now. Next up we have Crystal's Power. This is an AoE buff. Let me take a sip of water. Oh wow, this is pretty amazing, you guys. This is pretty amazing. Okay, so it's a lot of things on a single AoE effect, so I'm gonna go through them one by one. So first of all, when Lightning Astrius does this move on his allies, everyone in the AoE will get 3 turn agility up and 3 turn single target resistance up. And then for Astrius himself, he also gets 3 turns whenever he does an attack. Before the attack lands, before the damage is applied, he will remove courage on the enemies, on any of Astrius' attacks, by the way. So that's one part, and then the second part for Astrius himself is that it will also give him, for 3 turns, the a reaction ability to reduce damage whenever he gets hit. Of course, this reaction ability is not 100%. It will have a chance to activate. So the damage reduction doesn't happen all the time, but nevertheless, it's basically like Sword Guard, I guess. It will happen some of the time when Astrius is being hit. So let me just kind of summarize that again. So there's 2 major parts of this move. The AoE effect part for all allies is pretty simple. It's just agility up and single target resistance up. Right, and then for Astrius alone, Astrius gets 2 more additional effects just for himself, and one of which is for the next 3 turns, any of Astrius' attack, when he does the attack, before the damage is applied, Astrius will first remove the target's courage. So that's huge, right? And then the second part is, at the same time, Astrius will also get a 3-turn reaction ability whereby when he gets hit with damage, sometimes that damage will be reduced by a little bit. So this is the moneymaker here for Astrius. This is like the next, I guess I guess the next OP thing about this new unit. So I guess I have to pull for him, right? Let's take a look at his AoE. So the thing is, this move is fantastic, but only if Astrius has a lot of AoE, good AoEs with good range. But as you can see here, he has a cross-shape AoE, and then he has oh, I guess because this move here hits 2 single targets, it's not that bad, except for the part that it's range 3, which is crazy short. So Astrius has to be really up in front to be able to remove courage for 2 units. So I'm not too sure how good that is going to be, but I guess the main way he's going to remove the courage is going to be through this thing, and thankfully it comes with damage L. And it also breaks barriers, so most likely he will default to using this move, which is also his longest range move. This is essentially, oops, sorry about that. This is essentially range 7 if you calculate like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if you use that buff, and then you have Astrius run ahead and hit with this, you can essentially very easily remove courage on a bunch of units, right? But they have to be within this cross-shape pattern, because if they're not, then you have to pray. Actually, if they're not in this cross-shape pattern, you're kind of screwed, because all of his other moves are just like, they have such short range, right? Like if we take a look at his sub-job stuff, yeah, this is crazy short range. This is a buff, so it doesn't matter. So what are his sub jobs again? I kind of don't remember. I think one of them is Pugilist, and then the other one I don't really remember. But hopefully he has a bunch of really good AoE skills, because if not, then that move is, I guess, it's kind of balanced, right, by the fact that it's short range. Godslayer says that buff is crazy. Luciano says Bismarck must be busy lately, but I hope he can update real quick. Yeah, I hope so too, because we would love to see all the damage reduction. We haven't even got to the AoE resistance move, the debuff move that, you know, will essentially reduce AoE resistance on the enemies for 3 turns by a bunch. So I'm really curious about what the number is. Actually, we're going to check later on in the game as well, so don't worry about that. I can probably very easily check with my sub account, so we'll find out the exact number in just a bit. Randall Willis says Soldier. Soldier is his other sub. Soldier doesn't have very good AoEs, right? I think there's one that removes Protect. So I guess because he has Soldier, which removes Protect, that is going to probably be the subject I will run on Astrius. Because Pugilist isn't a sub-job that is known for a lot of, you know, wide-ranging or far-hitting AoE moves. Although the other thing to think about is, wait, actually what does Pugilist have? I don't actually remember. I guess we'll take a look at it. Oh, Martialist. It's not... Okay, so Martialist means that he has courage, right? Wait, do we know for sure is Martialist? You know what? I'll check in a little bit. I'll go into the notices and check. Anyway, I was halfway through the main job skills. Let's move on to the next one. This is like a very famous move among ninjas, but I don't remember the reading of this thing. Something Kaeshi, which is like swan diving or something like that. Anyway, this is a move that is range 2, and it's looks like a single target. 3 turn. Yeah, this is a single target move, and before damage is applied, it will basically give the enemy 3 turn slash resistance fractional down, followed by doing 2 hits of damage S. So this is, first of all, this is the low AP move. It's the move that is going to, I guess, help you if Astrius is really low on AP. That's why the range is so short. But what's interesting is, from the preview, we thought that the fractional debuff is only there for the AoE resistance, but turns out he has another move that has the same fractional debuff effect, but this time for slash resistance. So for those of you guys who don't already know about this, they explain in the notices that with Astrius comes a new type of debuff, and this debuff is basically for 3 turns or for whatever amount of turns, you will have this effect on the enemy target that will basically cut everything of that resistance by a certain percentage. It's not necessarily by 50%. 50% is just the example they use when explaining the move. So we'll still have to actually see the actual number behind the fractional debuff, but know that this is a thing for slash resistance on this low AP move, which is not bad, I guess. Next one, this is his solo self buff, I guess, and it will give him so it gives him courage. The first line alone is courage, and it will also get 3 turn regen, and he also gets the additional effect when he has courage and regen effects. Then his AP, his consumed AP or AP consumption will be reduced, and he will also get the additional effect of magic damage reduced. So let me just sum that up again. This is essentially his courage move. 2 casts of courage, pretty decent here. Wait, not just pretty decent, really good here. But his version of courage will give him not only courage, but also 3 turns regen. And for those 3 turns, while he has both courage and regen, he will also get AP consumption down, as well as magic damage reduction when he's getting hit with magic attacks. Pretty amazing, but again, once again, we have to see the actual numbers for the magic damage reduction, and it's only 3 turns, so it's not going to be super OP. The super OP part is that this is courage with HP regen, which means that if you're using it in guild battle on the second fight, you can straight away get a bunch of free HP healing at the start of battle. Yeah, it's going to help him do a lot of stuff in the second fight. And versus Soul, if you're in a fight where, you know, Astrius will encounter Soul in the first 3 or 4 turns, then the reduced magic damage here is going to help quite a bit. And then finally, we have the cross-shaped AoE attack. This is the one. Wait, let me just read this first. Blah, blah. Yeah, this is the move with the AoE resistance debuff. So basically, the move reads. So first of all, when you use this move, when Astrius uses this move, his defense penetration goes up. For this cast only, it's not a 3-turn effect. Defense penetration goes up for this move, and then it will apply a debuff to all the enemies in this AoE. For the next 3 turns, their AoE resistance will be cut by a certain percentage. And then after that debuff is applied, then the damage M is applied. So pretty good, obviously. And this is going to be, you know, the move that's going to, you know, make AoE attacks great again. Because right now with, you know, especially if you're someone who's playing Limited Arena in Global right now, you might have noticed that Alaya, in most of the builds you see in Limited Arena, Alaya starts the game with 39 AoE resistance, and then when she does the first turn buff move that gives her courage and, you know, gives herself and an ally AoE resistance, when you add that all up, she gets 69 AoE resistance by turn 2 of the game. So obviously, with this new effect, it's going to make those kinds of strategies a little bit, you know, easier to manage and make it so that you can finally start using AoE attacks again. Hopefully this effect is here to stay. Hopefully they give this effect to a lot more characters, because right now, thanks to Alaya and, you know, and some other characters, or it's not just Alaya, but Alaya definitely has the best version of AoE resistance buff, because hers is plus 30, but with a lot of other characters, they can gain like plus 20, plus 25. This move is going to help with that as well. Thunder Mage says, I wonder if this type of debuff is affected by debuff weakening. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Yeah, it's definitely it is definitely affected by debuff weakening, because the way we understand debuff weakening is, as long as it's a number, debuff weakening will apply to it. So every single thing you can think of, as long as it's some kind of number, as long as it's not a percentage rate, it will actually be affected by debuff weakening. Every single thing. Alright, so next up we're gonna take a look at the main sub-job, I guess is what this is called. And 2 things. The first one is, what is this? This is an AoE buff. Okay, this is interesting. So, for everyone in this AoE area, they will get 3 turn water elemental resistance up. And then for Astrius himself, he also gets 3 turns of shell. So in case you need even more magic protection, you can get shell from this move if you really want to use it. Although I don't think, in most situations, I don't think you have time to apply 2 AoE buffs unless you really want your team to, you know, hunker down and wait for the enemy to come for you. So it's going to be interesting to see if anyone makes use of this effect, or maybe it's just for manual play. And then the other move he has, this is an attack move. It will do damage M to all of the enemies in this area around Astrius. And those enemies will, after the damage has been applied, those enemies will be debuffed with 3 turn ATK and agility down. And that's pretty much it. So first of all, my first impressions right now is that he has a pretty insane kit, but there is quite an obvious weakness, you know, to his kit, basically, right? So at first glance, it seems that his kit is like overpowered and everything, but then when you take into consideration the amount of AoE moves he has, you realize that there's really not that much. I mean, at this point in time, I feel like, you know, it's really hard for Astrius to, you know, make use of his full potential since it doesn't have like a diamond-shaped AoE move. If he has that, then I have to say this character is a must-get, but because he doesn't have something like that, it's very risky to try and run him because, especially in auto-play, right, you really have no idea if the AI is going to cooperate with you and use like the moves that you expect them to use. So, I feel a bit like, I feel like at this point it's kind of risky. I'm not even sure if, you know, it's worth running Astrius in Lightning team or in some other kind of hybrid team, because, you know, recently Gumi has been on a roll, right? In September, they gave us Soul, like one of the most powerful characters right now. Before that, we had Summer Glacier, which is, again, one of the most powerful characters, basically the best tank in the game, alright? And then before that, in July, Melnia was a bit more balanced, but she's really great too. And then before that, Alaya is, of course, as you guys know by now, incredibly OP. So I feel like Astrius is maybe on like Melnia's level, and maybe not quite to Soul's level or Alaya's level. So I'm not too sure how things will go, but I have to see those numbers first. Isaac KTS says, not as busted as Alaya, but quite impressive. Yeah, indeed. My sentiments exactly. Hey Bro says, AoE debuff goes well with Squall. Question is, if Squall will even make it into the team? That's a very good question. It's something that is going to be really hard to simulate right now based on what we know. By the way, is there like an echo or something? Like I was thinking maybe my mic is a little bit on the fritz, because sometimes it has a bit of a weird effect. Just 1 second here. Randall Willis says, if only Squall can be a tank for him. Yeah, I guess I can't really show it here because I don't think my guildmate has made that team ready for the new map yet. But there is a way you can use Squall as a tank. And I think it definitely goes with the new Astrius, because Astrius AoE attack is range 7, right? So Squall can actually function as a tank for Astrius. The problem is there even enough damage in that situation? Godslayer says your mic is fine. Randall Willis says your mic is fine. Okay, great. So I guess maybe it's some kind of feedback I'm hearing on my headset's side of things. Thunder Mage asks his TMR. Oh, did I not go through his TMR? I think I did at the start of the stream, but I'll just quickly go through it one time. And after that, I want to go into an actual fight situation with the companion unit, since I have like an alternate account loaded, so we can do it twice, right? And then I'll check the numbers for his AoE debuff thing. But I have to find a unit that can actually that actually has AoE debuff for him to check. So we'll have to figure that out. What's this here? So I guess this is like the recommended armor that they expect you to use with Astrius. Platinum armor +6. Okay. So yeah, we were talking about his TMR. So I explained this at the start of the stream. It's pretty decent TMR with 3 agility and a bunch of stats here. Most important thing is that this is the skill is 2 casts, and it's not around the caster, but rather you can project it on a different target. The range is 2. So basically it works like Leela the Boast TMR in terms of the range, and the effect itself is everybody in this diamond shape AoE will get Brave up, as well as 1-time AP recovery, as well as 3-turn slash attack up. And they will also get 3-turn Immobilize and Berserk Nullify. So this move is great. If this move would be absolute beast if it were an attack move, right? But because it's not an attack move, it doesn't benefit from, you know, all the courage removal and everything that Astrius has. So I'm a little bit sad about that. I'm a little bit sad that they didn't give him any kind of diamond shape AoE. But one thing I want to take a look at right now is I want to go on WOTV Calc and check what are the usual skills that Martialist and Soldier gets. Because based on those moves, our understanding of the kit could be quite different. So I'm gonna go over here. What is like the typical Martialist character? Like what character has Martialist as a sub-job, usually? Okay, it's taking a while. I should probably refresh this to see if they've updated it. But the other thing is, I'm sure some of you guys have noticed this before, but a lot of times, especially recently when, you know, Gumi keeps introducing new effects, on WOTV Calc you don't actually see it listed, and the reason for that, as I understand it, is because Bismarck actually writes out the skill description based on what he sees in-game, based on the you know, the parameters that have been set and everything. He doesn't actually go by the textual wording. So that's why sometimes the effects are not written out on WOTV Calc, and it seems like it's running a little bit slow. Is it just my system? For some reason, sometimes WOTV Calc is quite slow for me. I'm gonna check Twitter real quick and see if... Whoop. See if we have any information on the new Astrius. I don't think so. What is the wiki that we use for WOTV JP? Like, there's some site out there that lists like the moves and everything, right? Well, anyway, it's taking a while, so I guess we will have to wait and see. I guess in the meantime, what we can do is load up the game, and I'm gonna go into a battle with the companion unit, and that way we can actually see how much reduction, how much AoE percentage reduction there is. Now we'll use the sub account for this because I want to reserve my main account's companion unit to, you know, do a bunch of other testing later on. But I don't even know if I have any unit with AoE reduction on this account. I may not actually have anything. Crap. Like, quick, what is the unit on the top of your head? What is the unit that has a bunch of AoE reduction right out of the gate. Is there even such a unit? This account is too new that I don't have anything. Maybe I have something in Vision Card. Single target resistance, but no AO. Oh, we have no. This is single target. Crap. Do I have to use my main account? Oh, this one. This has AoE reduction. So I guess we just need to use a win character. We'll just use 2B. Okay, we have 8. We have 8 area resistance, AoE resistance. It's kind of very... It's kind of a very small number. It'll be quite difficult to calculate the exact percentage. What characters have AoE buffs as part of the normal kit? Let's see here. Melissa says, would be nice if they collected all the old random collaborations like Nier, Persona, and Tomb Raider for a rerun. I think eventually they'll do that, right? Because I see FFB during their anniversary, that's how they handle those collabs as well. Manny says, Halloween's Celia better be a Earth unit to balance all these new Lightning unit releases. I wonder about that. Well, Earth is an element that is often used in, the Halloween unit, so it may just happen that way. Faris, okay, but I don't have Faris on this account. Noxon says, I really want Nia collab again. Helena VC skill has AoE resist down. No, Luciano, I'm looking for AoE resist up, not down. So I'm not sure if does Ralph have it as part of her default kit? No, I don't think so. I don't have Atwood Elric on this account, sadly. Area resistance up. Oh, yeah, if only I had King Mon's TMR. I don't have anything unlocked here. You know what? I think we'll just roll the dice and use the 2B as an example, and hopefully the number is 50%, and we can tell right away. Because from 8 to 4 is clearly going to be 50%. If it's any other number, then we know that it's probably some other number. It's probably some other percentage. And then the other thing I want to test is the slash resistance, which should be a little bit easier because I think there's like probably a bunch of characters with innate slash resistance up. Oh, we have 15% here, so I guess we can just use this, or we can. Who else is slash resist up? Alright, so anyway, we're just gonna go in and see how it is. Hopefully. There we go, and then Astrius himself doesn't have AoE resist up, right? He only has single target resistance up. Yeah. Hey Shy Wizard, thanks for stopping by. Laliho. Shy Wizard, you're not Japanese by any chance, right? Because when you say Laliho, there's like somebody, like a Japanese guildmate of mine, who comes right to mind. But I don't think he can speak English, so you're probably not him, I think. Anyway, Manny says, is Bradley still good on JP meta? For the most part, no. I mean, he's okay for when, you know, you are going to fight against enemies that don't have as much AoE resist. So it depends, right? It depends on who you're going up against. But recently with the newer characters and also within the past few months, there's been a lot of situations where Gumi kept giving us map effects that increase area resistance. So I've seen King Bradley doing like 1 damage on heal and some other stuff, simply because they are trying their best to nerf King Bradley as much as possible. So King Bradley is not that good anymore, but if you're fighting against an opponent that doesn't have that much AoE resist, it's still going to be pretty OP, right? So it all depends on what are the resistance on the enemy team. If you're fighting against Alaya, that's always going to be a bit of an uphill battle for King Bradley, just because she has the insane ability to give allies plus 30 AoE resistance. Randall Willis says, is new Astrius Sword Knight like Bradley? No, I believe he is a great sword. This is a great sword. Oh yeah, I can just check that real quick in notices. I believe his job group is Great Sword. Somebody in chat probably knows, but just in case, I'm just gonna double check. There we go, right over here, and nowadays there we go, it's Great Sword. So nope, not in the same group as King Bradley, but I think he's in the same group as Bartz, right? Bartz is a Great Sword user as well, right? Actually, I'm not too sure. Okay, no. Bartz is Sword something else. Bartz is Sword Warrior, if I'm not wrong. And then King Bradley is Sword Knight. Cockintut says, yep, indeed, our new Astrius is a Great Sword user. Luciano says, Great Sword has got some really nice VCs. Is there enough, are there enough VCs for a Great Sword team already? Because I haven't really considered that. I guess up until now, there haven't been that many Great Sword users, right? Okay, now, you know what, we're just gonna go in and just take a quick look. Hopefully it's just 50%. If not, then I guess we'll find out once we get the actual numbers from WOTV Calc. The Shy Wizard says, I'm not. Lali Ho is an FF greeting from Crystal Chronicles. Okay, I thought Lali Ho is like what Shy Guys and the Mario Brothers say. Oh wait, the Persona games, there's this Jack Frost also says that, right? Lali Ho, right? In any case, it's time to find out the moment of truth. Where is 2B? Oh, okay. So first of all, 2B, let's just confirm again, has 8 AoE resistance. And now we're gonna... Oh crap, she doesn't survive. Yeah, I guess she doesn't survive. Whoop. That's the problem with all accounts that you barely use. They don't have anything that we can properly test with. So this is the move, but it's guaranteed to kill her, so I don't think it shows. Oh, yeah, I don't think it shows here. Wait, if we KO the character, does it actually show in the like if you go to the, like, can you still check the AoE resistance status of a dead character? Okay, so it doesn't show you. Never mind. So yeah, I'll check later on when I'm ready to do like a full test on my main account, and then I guess I'll update you guys on a community post or something once I figure it out. So the reason why I don't want to use the companion unit yet is because I want to check a bunch of things beforehand with the companion unit as well, but I need to build the team first to check. So I'm gonna just check that later off stream, and then I'll post it on my YouTube channel under the community tab. I'll show you guys the numbers and everything, and yeah, I guess we'll go back to the we'll go back to my main account. Alright, so is there anything else you guys wanted to check from this update? Because I don't actually remember what else is added. What time is it now? So I think I'm gonna just, answer a few more questions from chat, and I think I'm gonna call it a day for the stream. I actually have to work tomorrow, so yeah, can't really. And also, later on I plan on doing like more in-depth testing with the Astrius companion unit later on off stream, so that I can find out what the numbers are. And I'm still basically in I'm still trying to decide if I should pull for Astrius or not, because as you can see here, this visual, once I go all in, that's basically it. I'm probably going to be out of luck for Halloween. Probably won't be able to pick up Halloween Sally or whoever the Halloween unit is. And of course I will also be in a pretty bad state for next month, which is the anniversary month. Somebody asked me before, but the 4th anniversary for JP is on November 14th. So that's pretty close, and I basically have to make a call. Like if I want to go for Astrius, then I have to make damn sure that it's going to last me quite a while in the meta. If he's going to be a unit that is just for laughs and doesn't actually do anything good, then I really don't want to commit that visual. Luciano asks, does JP have Heal VZ? I think they do. I think I have it. Heal VC, I do not believe is a global exclusive. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have it. I'm not sure if I personally have it, but I guess we can check real quick. Wait, do we not have it? Let me go into the hard quest thing. It's probably way easier to check that way. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I have it, right? This is the thing, right? I think I have it. So, I mean, you can't tell by the chart. This is the one, right? You're talking about this, right? Is there another Hero VC? Agility up 18%. Yeah, is this one? Luciano says, so 2 agility VCs. What do you mean 2? For Great Sword and 2... Oh, you know what? Yeah, I can actually look at my collection and limit it by Great Sword. Oops, main shop. All the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah! You can probably make a Great Sword party based on all of this stuff. I don't even know what this does, but I think the Astrius VC is just pure meme, right? And then this is the one that just came out in JP. Pretty good card for Dark Resistance and all that stuff. But yeah, I think we use this, right? This is pretty good. And I'm probably missing a few things here and there. Obviously, you're going to use this card in the Great Sword Party, but do we have single target resistance and area resistance? That's the thing I want to know. Seems like there's a lot of damage for, you know, Great Sword VCs, but we don't really have any single target or you know, area of effect, AoE resistance. So that's the big problem. Okay, I guess AoE resistance we can get from this thing, which is a magic VC. Yep. So we just need single target resistance. Maybe it's a card that I don't have. Lex Wong says, can you show us your Soul Team build, please? Yeah, sure. Probably will be reconfigured later on for the new map anyway, but for the current map that you're seeing in LGB, in Limited Guild Battle in Global right now, this is the Soul Team that works the best. There's another, you can actually switch Amethyst and Shalze around, doesn't really matter. Whichever unit you have on the first slot on the current LGB map in Global, that's where you put this thing, the Tourmaline Ring, right? And then, okay, I think the game, okay. And the TMRs are up to you. For the longest time, I ran Leela the Bowl's TMR here, but you can also run you can also run Ice Elias TMR here, or you know, a bunch of other things. It's up to you. But basically, this is one of the core Soul teams that's very popular right now. The details change a little bit. The skills that they use change a little bit. The TMRs they use change a little bit as well. But the VCs, unless you have the new one, it's probably going to look something like this. This part here, the Soul Vision cards, pretty much never changes. It's always these two cards, and then the rest is up to you. And then I guess I can show you my other teams, my other Soul teams. Oh no, this is the same one. So this is the non-accuracy version. Like if I don't care about fighting evade, that's when I put Kefka's vision card at the front. If not, I'll put something else. I mean, if I care about evade, then I'll use something else to add more accuracy. And I don't know if I have it here. I think I saved a version somewhere. So let me look around. Anything that has 09 in front means it's something I use. Oh, there. So this is the one of the other teams that I was talking about. We use Rain here mainly to try and protect Soul a little bit, but also because of what was the reason? Actually, we use Rain. The main reason was actually because the map effect gives you plus 20 area resistance, and you know, as a result, I believe, yeah, as you can see, Soul doesn't have a lot of area resistance. Shalze, I believe, doesn't have a lot as well. Oh no, wait, she has quite a lot. Anyway, Rain is here to kind of, yeah, so he has 65 area resistance on this build, right? And the map we were playing on, the map in fact was like plus 20 area resistance for AoE units. So that's the main reason we use Rain. But of course, him being able to slow the enemy and also using magic attacks, that helps as well. But of course, instead of Rain, you can use King Mont as well. That's one of the other popular choices as well. Although if you do that most of the time, I think you run King Mont in slot 1. And then the other choice you can run is Summer Glacier. I don't have the build saved here, but I saw quite a bit of you know, of that as well. Summer Glacier, Shalze, and so okay. So one thing I hope that that maybe I should have mentioned earlier, but actually Shalze, right, is like one of the best partners for Soul, and because of that, on the last day of Shalze's, on the last week before Shalze's banner went away, I actually went and pulled on her banner for Global, because I knew how important she is to Soul teams. And I kind of wish I told you guys that in advance, so that you guys, you know, wouldn't be out of luck. For those of you who want to run like the best soul teams. But hopefully from your 100 free pools, or you know, from the 350 free pools that you're getting in this period, hopefully some of you guys will get Xiaoze, and then you'll be able to make all the best soul teams with Soul and Xiaoze and whoever you want to use for the third unit. And then of course there's the one other version that's really popular is the Soul and Alaya team, but I'm not sure if I have it saved here. I probably didn't. 0920. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is the one. So this is, if you want to run Soul and Alaya together, this is what the VCs look like. Like I said, for Soul, it's always these two vision cards. The reason for that is because of accuracy, and also because this thing here, this vision card here, actually all of the AoE resistance vision cards for Alaya do not cover the Xiaoze and Soul. So it's either this one or this one, or there's one more vision card. See, all of the AoE resistance vision cards for strike units do not cover Soul and Xiaoze. So that's why you need to have this vision card for the build, and just so happens that this card here gives you 20 AoE resistance as well as MAG up 60%. Right, so that's the best card you can use for Soul on the main slot. And then for the sub slot, we usually run this because it's MAG up, and you also get a bunch of accuracy, which is important because you want to make sure that you're able to hit evade units, or at least like partial evade units like Starlight Elena. And this is the new Alexandrite ring, because now that Soul is in the picture, you want to make sure you have, where is it? You want to make sure you have, there we go, poison resistance 50. So you want to have the poison resistance and the accuracy, and between this and Alexandrite ring, you're only sacrificing a few points of accuracy. So that's why right now the meta is such that people are using Marshmallow Cap instead of Alexandrite ring. Alright, so I missed a lot of the chat. I saw it moving quite a bit. You guys are like having a little bit of a debate by yourselves. Is that what's happening here? Godslayer says Xiaoze is not in the current free pool. Oh, well, I'm sorry about that, and I'm sure there are other ways to get Xiaoze in the future. You don't necessarily have to run Xiaoze. You can run somebody else, but you know, oops, I guess. In the future, look, Xiaoze is a permanent unit. She's not going anywhere. She's not limited. You guys will get her eventually. In fact, I didn't even pull for Xiaoze on her banner in JP. I actually got her from one of the, you know, the UR Summon banners. So I got her really late. In fact, I got Xiaoze, I think about 2 weeks after I maxed Soul. So you guys will get her eventually. Don't have to fret about it right now. There's a lot of ways you can build a good Soul team. Luciano says, I got her in the 5-year free pool. Congratulations. Oh, so she's actually inside the banner? Okay. So she's in the free pools banner, but she's not in the select banner. Luciano says, Gumi being cheap with select banners this time. Yeah, I know, right? Like, you know, when I saw the select banners, I was really happy because I thought I could pick Dark Siren with that, or at least Dark Shiva with that select banner, but it didn't even have Dark Shiva in it. I'm so disappointed with that. Eurostar says, I checked the summon rates per character and Alaya isn't in the summer pool for the free pools. Xiaoze isn't either. Okay, so I don't know about that then. Luciano says, I wanted Alaya, I can show the pic, maybe it's a mistake. Lex Huang says thanks, and Eurostar says Xiaoze Soul Amulet is Devote Staff team by the. Yep, Exactly. So that's one of the reasons why they're so strong. And here's the kicker. I don't have it saved, but if I go back to my analyst team, here's the kicker. Like once this team started being popular, one of the first counters that people came up with was to replace analyst with old man over here, Renan. And I think Renan is the same, right? Renan is also the same. Yeah, the symbols match. Renan is also the same weapon class. So if you want to beat this team, one of the easiest ways is to replace Analyst or Renan, and you are in a slight advantage over this team. But after that, after people start running the Renan Soul version of the build, you know what happened next? There's another build that came out that can very easily beat both of these versions. It can beat Soul plus Amethyst, and it can beat Soul plus Renan really easily. And I don't want to show you here because I want to make a video and talk all about it later on, because I don't actually have it built here anyway, so I can't really show it to you. But it's a really interesting build, and people have been getting 6 stars with it. And I should have ran it. I'm just too lazy to build it, but I'll build it eventually. I'll build it sometime this weekend, I guess. But yeah, as you can see, Soul is, I mean, I'm really happy with how the unit turned out, because he is super powerful, but at the same time, because of the Soul meta, we are in a situation now where, you know, it's all about tech choices. It's all about thinking out of the box. You're no longer confined to units in the same element or units in the same weapon class even, and you really have to think about what you want, like which unit you include, right? Is more a tech choice now than, you know, just brain dead autopilot, put 3 of the strongest units in a single element class or a single weapon class. It's no longer like that. The game has become in a stage where really every single unit choice in the team is down to what you're trying to beat, and whether there's synergy, and whether or not you can whether or not it's balanced, right, for the team. And as a result, it's been a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun seeing the meta develop. The only thing was, I was super disappointed by the whole road to worldwide response that I honestly, I didn't feel like playing the game for like a really long while. But, you know, being in a top guild in global and being in a top guild in JP at the same time means that every single day, no matter what, even if I don't feel like playing the game, I have to do like the bare minimum, you know, to make sure that my duties to the guilds are like fulfilled. So that was the only thing, and that's why until the last minute I didn't even run, I didn't even do any of the FF8 weapon quests until like just a few hours ago. You know, Another Story Part 3, I haven't really played it. I didn't even watch the cutscenes, so I don't know what the story is about yet, because I haven't read it. Because I think about 30 minutes before the start of the stream, I was just skipping every single quest so that I can get this title here. This very cool title that is limited, that you can only get for 2 weeks after, after the new Another Story chapter is out. And they made it, you know, all in English, because I think they want to save the cost of having to translate it. So they're just gonna make the same title and give it to, you know, everyone in JP and Global. So in 2 weeks' time, you'll be able to get this title as well, I'm pretty sure. But usually I use this title because this is the exclusive title that comes for, you know, that can only be obtained by people who pulled for Melnia during her summons, during her banner. And that is now my go-to banner in JP. Eurostar says, Road to Worldwide was horrible. My morale is at an all-time low right now, to be honest. Well, so, you know, I was feeling the same as you, right? But the good news is, so obviously, you know, Hiroki and the operations team, they didn't deliver what players expected. But hey, you know, gotta give them credit for at least trying to do something. At least they actually did some stuff to help players, to give us a little bit of the things we asked for, right? At least now it's slightly better. At least they've actually done something. They didn't just flat out ignore us as before and hope that everything will be okay. So I gotta give them credit for that. And here's the thing that I know that you don't know yet, which is that from here on out in JP, at this point in the game in JP, this was when all of the banners and all of the special shops started getting super generous. So let me see. So you see my daily bonus in JP here. You see we have a bunch of stuff that's really good, right? You see I have like 5,000 of the scrolls, and the reason for that is because they're giving us so many free scrolls through daily purchase bonus and stuff like that, that I don't even need to, you know, spend 300 paid vis to buy 120 scrolls anymore. I really stopped doing that for a really long time now because they're giving away so many stuff in the JP purchase bonus. And all of that started around the same time frame as what we're seeing in global right now. So that's why you're starting to see in, you know, global versions purchase bonus, you're starting to get the free antler everywhere. As you can see here, I have like 27 extra antlers. I've basically every single unit that I use in guild battle, like even if I just use that unit for one time in guild battle, I'll just use a single antler on them. And even after doing that, I still have 27 spare antlers because they give us one pretty much almost every week now. And it's going to be like that in global as well. So as you can see, a lot of things are getting better. And one thing that you guys don't know about yet is that I believe sometime next week, probably is when they will start rolling out the 3.5 anniversary stuff. Actually, we've already got some of it. But one thing I haven't seen in the global version that I expect that they will probably do very soon is... so in JP during 3.5 anniversary, I was able to buy a bunch of the shard tickets for like really cheap. Let me see if I can find it here. Maybe I've used them up? I'm not too sure. Okay, so here it is. You see here, this is... UR select 40 shards, and I have 5 copies of it. I actually had up to 8 copies of this, but I used up some of them already. And the thing is, they were selling this to us, 40 unit shards, select unit shards, right? They were selling this to us every single day for 60 paid vis each. And you could buy it every single day for about a week. So that's why I had 8 of these tickets. And then the other one that we got was the, I'm not sure if I still have it or if I used it, or I think I've used it already, but there was one more ticket that was basically to select 200 shards for a unit, and you could buy that for 300 paid vis. And during the 3.5 anniversary, we had 2 chances to purchase that, so I bought 2 of them. You could only buy 2 of them, one each time, for 2 separate weeks. So I ended up using those to, like, you know, straight away redeem a bunch of shards to reincarnate one of my characters. I forgot which one I reincarnated, but basically a lot of the good deals, a lot of the good banners came right around this time in global. So it's going to be really good. It should be, you know, it should be going really good from here on out in the global version, is my expectation anyway. Luciano says, we're supposed to be 1 month behind JP now. Well, you know, I don't know how they're going to handle that. But, you know, as you can see now, even in JP, we have all these godlike banners here. Right? See, 2,000 free vis, select 120 Mind Spears for any units that you want. This is pretty crazy. Like, this is something that I think we've never seen in global before, right? This is a really good deal. And then the other one, this is the one that I was talking about earlier. 1,360 paid vis for a bunch of poles, and you also get 560 total Mind Spears. This is pretty insane, right? What does that sound? Anyway, yeah, from here on out, so the good news is from here on out, it should be pure upside. The global version should have a lot of great things coming, and if not, if, you know, all these, I don't think they will not give us all these things, because they're supposed to be QOL stuff for the JP version anyway, so I expect that in global we will pretty much get more or less the same thing. Now, of course, there's going to be some differences, like for example, the global version banner right now, where you can, I think it was the one that you can get 10 UR units of vision cards. I believe that one actually had a reroll function in the JP version. So there's going to be some differences, but more or less it's going to be better from here on out. So that's the one good thing about what's going to happen moving forward. So that's the good part. Young Jay says, hello, have you already pulled him? Nope, because I went through his kit and I'm not too sure if I want to pull him yet. So I'm going to wait for more information. I'm going to wait and see if somebody in my guild or somebody else in JP figure out if it's really good first before I take the plunge, because the reason being I'm really on the last legs of my visual count, and the moment I actually go all in and pulling for Astrius, the moment I do that, I'm essentially foregoing you know, any good unit that comes out for Halloween 2 weeks from now, and I'm definitely won't be able to you know, pull for the unit at the start of November, and then, you know, once November 14 comes around, that's the 4th anniversary, and I will absolutely have pretty much nothing to pull on any of the 4th anniversary stuff out there. So it's too big of a risk. I don't mind taking that risk if Astrius is guaranteed to be really good, and, you know, if he's really here to stay, if he can actually influence the meta, I don't mind if that's the case. What I do mind is if I pull for him and then he turns out to be a bomb, a dud, and then, you know, I'm completely out of visual, and then Astrius is like useless, then then maybe it's time for me to quit the game, because that's a really bad situation to be in, especially when 4th anniversary is so close. So yeah. Bad Gumi says Astrius has been added in game 8. Perfect. Let's go and take a look. So the only thing we sorry about that. The only thing we don't know right now about the unit is the what do you call it? It's the sub-job skills. But once we're able to see that, then I'll be at a better position to decide if I should just start polling for new Astrius right now. I keep calling him new Astrius for some reason. Like, it seems like a wait a minute. Game 8. I don't know why, but Astrius sounds like the place that Thor comes from in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Asgard. Right. So that's probably why. I keep calling Lightning Astrius New Astrius because, you know, in the MCU there's a place called New Asgard. Anyway, oops, clicked the wrong thing. I am at game 8 now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and click open the window. How do I go? Okay, World Divisions. Perfect. And let me shrink this down a little bit so that we can all see what's going on. Oh, never mind. It's cut off. Are you sure it's been updated already? Oh, there we go. This is it, right? Why does it look like this, though? Alright, anyways, we can see the... All I need to know is what skills he has for Martialist and the other thing. Martialist, no AoE attacks. Oh, there's one over here. But, I mean, you know, you're not going to be using this move at all because he has a better version of this kind of cross-shape AoE attack. And then Soldier is the other thing that we need to consider. There's like a hazard thing or a hazard break. Yeah, so as you can see here, pretty much all his sub-jobs, you know, you're not as good. All of the attacks are not as good as the main job attacks. I think it's really all down to the cross-break skill. And yeah, so I'm really skeptical about how useful new Astrius is going to be. One thing I will say though is that now that we can see all the skills here, I feel like Soldier is probably the best sub-job to go with Astrius for, just because you have a protect removal from hazard break. So yeah, so that's the move I will use for him. And then for the passives, does he get anything else? There was a thing mentioned in the game that I didn't know referred to what exactly. It's something like Crystal's Protection. I wonder if that's supposed to be a move that he has. Never mind. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be the case. So I'm not too sure why they listed that. Yeah, you know what? I'll figure out later on. Probably somebody will tell me what's going on and why he has that thing. Or maybe I could just Control F and see if Google is able to find that thing on the site. So basically, what I'm talking about here is that one of his passes, right, will actually increase the activation rate for this thing here that I've highlighted. But it's only mentioned once. It's never mentioned anywhere else, so I'm not sure what the heck they're referring to. Reaction ability. Yeah, you know what? I'll figure out later on off stream. It's probably some useless thing that doesn't really matter anyway. I'm gonna turn this back off. Young Jay say you just missed the crystal one. Yeah, the crystal one. What is that? What is that exactly? Is it a reaction? No. That's the thing. That's Crystal no Chikara. But I'm talking about the other one that is. You know, let me toggle this back on. So you see here in the passive skill, right? Where is it? See, this is not Crystal no Chikara, this is Crystal no Hokori, right? So, I think it's supposed to be something else, but I don't know what it is. Like, it's not mentioned anywhere else. So yeah, that's the thing I'm confused about. Because I searched everywhere in his main job. Oh, Cockiness is probably his follow-up attack. Yeah, maybe that's what it's called. Yeah, you're right. Maybe that's what it's called. Let's take a look at his limit burst. But I mean, no, not the limit burst, but rather the like the counter move itself. Maybe it's called something else. I don't think they listed it here, but WOTV Calc will have it if they update it, because WOTV Calc always displays the oh, you know what? There was a thing, right? There was a thing that reduces the amount of magic damage. Maybe that's what it is. As part of the buff for his courage, there was like one part that says that there is a chance to reduce damage from magic, right? Like maybe that part of the move is called that? Yeah, you know what? I think you might be right. I think Kokinta, I think you might be right on that. It's probably like one of the additional effects is actually called that, and that's what they're actually referring to. But it's not actually written inside the game, so who knows? Or maybe, like what Young Jay says, after it's upgraded, maybe the name will be changed. But here's the thing: we looked at it from inside the game, and the companion unit has all of the moves upgraded already, but it doesn't show that. Let me just go back inside the game. Like if we go back to the companion unit, it doesn't say that. So yeah, I'm really confused why that is. Let me see here. See, this is the, like, I don't think you can upgrade this. Anyway, I'm just gonna leave it at that, and I'm sure somebody will figure it out, and maybe it's some kind of stupid error that was missed during QA, who knows? Could be anything. Alright, anyway, I think, yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a night. It's been, pretty late already, and at this point I still don't know if I want to go for Astrius yet or not, because he seems good, but is he good enough? At this point I'm really not sure, so I'll wait for more information to come up. I'll wait for more people to, you know, especially the guys who have the unit already, and I want to mock against the unit myself and see how he does in combat before making a decision. So for now, I'm gonna call it a night. Later on, when I find out the exact numbers for the AoE debuff and all that stuff, I think I'll put it as a community post on my YouTube channel. And the slash resistance fractional debuff as well. I'll look that up later on and let you guys know. Bad Gumi says, can you please show us the passive for Astrius Great Shot? Sure. We went through that earlier, but it was quite a while ago. I basically mentioned it at the start of the, you know, when I went through the full kit for Astrius. So that's probably why I think at that point maybe you weren't here on the stream yet, so you probably missed it. But here it is again, the sword. The universal passive is slash attack up 15. And then for the exclusive passive, it's not Astrius alone. A couple of characters can get this. But basically, I'll explain the passives first. And there's two of them. One of which is a slash resistance penetration up 20. And the other one is Man-Eater when using physical attacks 10. And then the units that can benefit from these exclusive passives are Ruin Stern, Oren from FF10. This is Cloud from FF7, this is June, this is Hyo, and this is the new Astrius. So only the 6 of them can benefit. And all of these, I believe all of these are exclusive jobs, cost 100 jobs. So yeah, only these 6 units, unfortunately. Cockintat says slash attack 15, slash pan 20, human killer 10. Yep, exactly. Alright, did I miss any other questions asked recently? Young J says after, no, never mind, I already read that. Randall Willis says one of his buffs given a chance to reduce damage. That's probably the one it references. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of as well, but they didn't mention anywhere within the description or in the game. They didn't call it by that name, so I'm not sure where. Like, I mean, they need to explain the name at some point, right? So that's probably what it is, but it's not actually listed in the game, so that's why I'm confused. And I think that's it. Cockintat asked earlier, I mean that how is playing JP is right. What is that about? Is it about... I'm not too sure what you meant by that. Aria mentioned earlier, I'm waiting for my A2, 210 and Dual Bromance. Gonna save for long just in case something unexpected happens sooner. Yeah, for all we know, maybe near reincarnation. Oh, sorry, not near reincarnation. Maybe the near automata collab is coming back at the end of the year. Is definitely possible. And we know that there's going to be a second season. If I'm not wrong, there's going to be a second season of the Neo Automata anime, so maybe they will schedule it for around that time frame. So who knows? And I think that's about it. I've read most of the comments. Or Kokintat earlier mentioned, just watch a Salto stream, Astrius / Imperial decrease Revis / resistance from 15 to 6, and the AoE resistance went from 13 to 12. So it's about 60%, right? Seems to be about 60%. That's pretty good. O'Reilly says, aren't people complaining about how it's all about stacking all the OP units into a team now? aka Wedding, Alaya, and Soul, or is that not true? Well, they're just flat out wrong. I mean, for people who haven't had a chance to play with the units, I can totally understand that it seems that way, that, you know, maybe it seems like the game is all about, you know, stacking units like that, and then you can win, but, you know, that's really not how the game is played. And that's why, as you can see here, my team, the team I've been rocking the most in the past month, doesn't even have Alaya in it. And technically, Amethyst can get KO'd really easily by Alaya, right? So why is it that this team works, right? It's all in the details, really. You have to think about how the team functions and what skills to turn on and off to make the team, you know, actually have good movements. It's totally not just putting the 3 strongest units and then everything will work. Because if that's the case, then I would just run something like this and maybe change out Perrine for Soul, and then automatically I will win fights. But that's really not the case. So yeah, you're definitely wrong about that. And you know what? I mean, I might as well say it. I guess there's this one team I want to showcase in the near future. But I guess how many people are around right now? If not that many people are around, I guess I can just say it. So the one team that is getting 6 stars on this team and a lot of Soul teams is what is the team? Crap, I don't actually remember. Replace one of these units with crap. I forgot which unit I'm supposed to replace. I'm not sure if it's Xiaoze or I think it's Xiaoze. So the team that can 6-star the Amethyst teams is these 2 units, and you might already have guessed it at this point. This is the team that's getting 6 stars against a lot of the Soul teams out there. Does this seem like a you know, like a take the 3 best units and put them together and win team? Does this, you know, like, do you even expect to be seeing SR Leela here? I mean, obviously now that I explained it to you, it seems obvious that this is a really great team, because right now the meta has developed to a point where like the entire team is running magic attacks. So obviously SR Leela makes sense here, right? But if I didn't say that, if I didn't explain this to you, most people wouldn't think about this until they actually see the meta, until they realize, until they actually test and see that this team works. Now, of course, you can switch out, you know, Amethyst for Alaya, and then that way you may be able to survive this team. But I can tell you from experience, this team can beat the Alaya plus Soul teams. It all depends on the positioning. So even then, it's not a concrete thing, but I can say for sure that this team is one of the new popular teams right now, just because of how many people are running Soul out there. Let me just change this back so that I can preserve it properly. And even with that team, it's not even if I tell you what the 3 units are, even if I show the VCs, right? Sometimes you really have to see how the buffs and everything, the positioning work together to realize why it works. Because if I just tell you the units, Like, you can go and try it, and then if you get some of the movements wrong, you're not going to be able to, you know, have the same results with the team. So definitely the game is not in a state where it's just 3 units, pick the 3 best units, put them together, and you can win. It's never been that way. War of the Visions has never been that way, and, you know, especially right now, this is not... Once upon a time, we did have the meta. We did have the meta that is King Mont plus Black Rose Helena plus Dwayne, right? So back then, because there weren't that many units, because there weren't that many things that you can play around with and experiment with, yeah, for sure there was a period of time where everybody was just running these 3 units because they're the strongest, and it doesn't seem like there's anything you can do to counter them. But right now we're at a point in the game with so many weapon-based VCs, with so many elemental teams, that you can, you know, easily customize your team to try and beat whatever situation that you're seeing a lot in the meta. And it's been really interesting. That's why when they release a super powerful unit like Sloan right now, it's not as boring as you might think. In fact, because there's a powerful unit that everybody is running right now, it makes it so that everybody is trying to find the next best team to try and beat the Soul meta. And we've seen within the past month in JP, we've seen a lot of meta changes already. You know, the Soul meta came as soon as 2 days after Soul's release, and straight away I can tell you the teams that we're using on day 3 of Soul's release are completely different from the teams I'm seeing now. There's been so many shifts. It's been a really interesting journey in seeing how the meta has developed. And it's going to develop even more when all these things come to global, because like I said, in the global version you have all these additional effects on the vision cards. There's a lot more things you can play with, there's a lot more things to experiment with. You have Edison Ray in the mix as well. It's going to be a really exciting time, and yeah, I'm looking forward to playing the Soul meta in global version right now, I mean in the future as well. So yeah, so I'm gonna just leave it at that. Luciano says, you can't resist Leela Silence unless you use TMR immunity. Exactly, right? Wait, is there even a TMR? Is there even a TMR that can make you immune to Silence? Did I miss that? Because I'm not... I don't remember there being a TMR that can protect against Silence. Because if it is, if there's something like that, I should try to use it in my teams from now on, because every now and then the SR leader strategy is like killing people left and right. Luciano says, I'll check WOTV Calc when he gets there. Yeah, so yeah, that's basically it, and I think I've read most of the comments. Unhindered says, I'm a little late to the party. What element is this new unit? He is lightning. And yeah, I think that's about it. Luciano asked what collab you want for anniversary FF9. So now that FF8 is here, the main thing I want is FF9. But I wouldn't mind FF13 too. I wouldn't mind FF10 too. Alright, so that's about it. I think I don't see any other questions that I can answer. And I think this stream is long enough. Thanks everyone for dropping by and watching. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. So, like I said, the SR Leader team, I haven't actually fully built it. I played a lot against it, but I didn't actually use it. So, and the map for Guild Battle has changed. So I'm probably going to do a video real soon to show you guys how the SR Leader team works. It's a little bit different from what you might expect. Desire Lee says, I have a feeling there will be a level cap increase in November. Well, you know, right now it's really anyone's guess, so let's just, you know, let's not jump to conclusions first. Like, who knows what's gonna happen, to be honest. Alright, so that's all. Thanks again for stopping by, everyone, and I'm gonna end the stream